everyone, welcome to Basics with me, Vicky, here at I Am Yogi. Today we're going to be looking at our hips, so we'll get going straight away. So come to lie on your mats with your head towards the back of your mat, the feet towards the front, and just lie on down. So it's almost like we're starting in a mini Shavasana. However, with the legs, I want you to just bring a bend to the knees, soles of the feet to the floor, and then shuffle the feet together so the soles touch and let the knees go wide. So beginning in Supta Baddha Konasana. So it's like a nice diamond shape with the legs. Now your hands can either rest on your belly if that feels good, or you can just have them out beside you with the palms open to the sky. And just get comfortable here, so you might want to move around a little, you might want to play with the distance of the heels. So further away and closer towards you will make the posture feel a little different. And by all means, if that's too much, you can just extend the legs. Take a moment to shuffle the shoulders towards one another and just close down the eyes, soften the face, relax the jaw. Just taking a few moments of stillness here. Arriving and settling on our mats. As always, the breath is the most important part of your practice. So whenever you're ready, just start to breathe a little more consciously. And if you chose to have the hands on the belly, that might help you just to feel your breath. Breath really helps us to just settle the thoughts of the mind and to just ease the physical body. Allowing us to get the most from our practice. So with each breath, just try to draw your focus inward a little more. Knowing that the next 60 minutes, the next part of your day is just about your breath and your movement, absolutely nothing else. Take 5 more deep, rich breaths here. As you inhale, really feeling the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, noticing the belly contract and lower. Wishing you all a wonderful practice. On your next inhale, maybe take the hands just to the outside of the thighs and guide your knees back towards one another. Bring the soles of the feet flat to the floor so they're hip width and parallel. Good, and just notice the back. I want the lower back to really be pressing down, so almost curl the tailbone towards the navel. So it's almost like you've got an imprint of your spine on the ground. From here, keeping the left leg where it is, we're going to pick up the right foot and just interlace the fingers around the top of the right shin. Try and keep the shoulders grounded and just give that leg a little squeeze. Notice if you've lost your breath already and come back, and with each inhale, just grow a little taller and relax the shoulders, and then as you exhale, just pull that knee a little closer towards the armpits. So there's a slight external rotation here. It's almost like the thigh bone is skimming past the rib cage. Notice the left leg. You're still pressing the foot firmly into the earth. Last breath here. Give that leg another little squeeze. And then as you exhale, just soften the grip and just take hold of the top of the knee in your right hand and the edge of the foot in your left hand. So it's like you're holding the lower part of the leg, and I just want you to sway the leg from side to side. So just kind of moving the hip a little, seeing how it feels today. Good, and then from here, we're going to rest the right ankle on top of the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 shape. And this might be enough, you might be staying here. If you feel you can though, the left foot can lift away from the floor and you can interlace the fingers maybe around the back of the left thigh. All the time you're keeping the right foot nice and flexed and you're just teasing the knee a little wider to open the hip. Notice if the face has become tense or the shoulders have got some tension in there, and just try to soften and relax. Maybe bringing the knee and the ankle a little closer on each exhale. Good, last breath here. See if you can draw the knee a little closer. And then as you exhale next time, just release and hold each knee in each hand and just give the knees a little sway from side to side. You may even want to draw some circles with the knees, taking them in the same direction. Inhale, they draw in. Exhale, they go away. Good, and then we'll drop the right foot to the floor and we'll just take a little grab of the left leg now. So again, interlacing the fingers around the top of the left shin. And you might want to switch the finger grip along by one, so opposite thumbs are crossing. And give that left leg a little squeeze now. Remember what you know, so the shoulders are soft, the face is relaxed. And again, the thigh bone is almost skimming past the rib cage. Each exhale, just drawing that knee a little closer, and you might feel a little pinching sensation in the hip, that's all good. Excellent, releasing as you exhale, same thing. So this time holding the outside edge of the left foot in the right hand and the top of the knee just in the left, swaying that leg again from side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to figure 4 on the left side now. So ankle just rests on the thigh, and this might be enough, just staying here, teasing the leg a little wider, really opening up the left hip. Or if you did so before, lift up that right foot and take hold of the back of the right thigh. So we're working with our hips, the breath is really important. It's a super tight part of the body, so really focus on going deeper with the exhale. Last breath here, so go a little deeper if you can, and then we'll release. And we'll come back to those little circles with the knees. You can maybe switch direction now. And that's a nice little massage for the lower back as well. Good, and then just come to still and guide the knees a little wider than the torso. Flex the feet and come into like a happy baby. So it's almost like a squat position with the legs. You can grab whatever you can reach without the shoulders lifting up. So maybe it's the back of the knees, the calves, the ankles, big toes, or edges of feet. And it's up to you. You can just find stillness here. You can move around a little, rocking from side to side. You can even bend and extend the legs if that feels good for you. Just kind of listen to your own body and do what feels good. All the time, staying with the breath. See if you can pull the thighs a little closer to the earth. Excellent, and then from here, you can either keep hold of whatever body part you've got hold of and roll up and down, or you can take a little roll onto your side and just push yourself up through a sideways motion. So I'll leave that choice to you, either rolling up and down or sitting up through a sideways motion. And if you've come up, we're coming straight to all fours. So cross over the ankles, walk the hands forward and set up into your tabletop. So making sure everything's nice and stacked here, so the wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips, the tops of the feet are nice and flat to the floor, and the gaze is down, the neck is long. And just think about the tummy being switched on, so draw in the lower belly. And let's just warm up the spine here. So on your next inhale, drop the belly to the floor, look forward and curl the tailbone up. And then as you exhale, just reverse the motion, so draw the belly in, curl the tailbone under, push the floor away and draw the chin to the chest. Good, a few more of those. Cat and cow. Really moving with the breath. Feeling the spine move with the breath. 2 more rounds. If you like to do any other little movements, you can. So if you like to swish the hips or the shoulders, by all means do. Again, this is your practice. Good, and then let's come back to neutral, tabletop, and we'll just extend the right leg back. So tuck the right toes under and just drive the heel back. And you might just want to circle the heel a couple of times just to stretch out the toes. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to float the leg up and bring a bend to the leg straight away. So it's almost like we've got a right angle with the knee, ankle and the hip. And from here, we're just drawing some circles. So on an inhale, bring the knee into the chest. And on an exhale, guide it out to the right and back. Keep moving with the breath. So inhale, the knee draws into the chest. Exhale, it comes back and out. Take about 3 more, so 5 in total. And I really want you to isolate the joints. So try and keep everything else nice and still. On your last one, we're just going to switch directions. So change directions. So this time the knee's coming into the midline and then kicking out behind you. And you should really feel that joint start to warm up now. Last couple, stay with the breath. Good, and then the next time the knee's out to the right, try and lift it a little higher, and we're just going to hold here for 5. For 4, keep pressing through the hands, stay strong. For 3. For 2, can you bring the knee a little closer to the upper arm? On 1, try and bring the right foot outside the right hand, nice and slowly. Good, so from here, you might need to shuffle the left knee back a little. We're coming into lizard. So if the floor feels far away, this is where you can kind of come onto some bricks or blocks, whatever you've got at home. And you're just going to stay here. So by all means, you can melt a little lower if that feels okay and drop to the elbows, or just staying upright. The main thing is the knees hugging into the right shoulder, the spine's nice and long. And the back foot, you're really pressing the top of the foot into the earth. So you're feeling the front of the left hip opening up as well. Right toes can turn out a little bit just to encourage a little bit of external rotation, but that's an option. So if that feels good, you take that little extra shuffle of the toes out. Notice the breath. If you come down, make sure the breath is still there. You haven't gone too deep. Good, 1 more breath. See if you can melt the left hip a little closer. Good, and then if you are down, come up back onto the hands on an inhale and curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. And see if you can step the left foot all the way up to the outside of the left hand. So we're meeting in a yogi squat. Good. Now this is your first one, so you might want to move around a little bit here, or you might just be coming straight in if that feels okay. Whatever feels good. So if you're moving, just be mindful, and you want to try and get the heels on the floor. You can always place something under the heels if they're far away. And then you can bring hands to heart center if that feels okay. Think about dropping the tailbone, relaxing the shoulders, crown of the head nice and tall. Breath nice and strong. 2 more here. Good, so on your next exhale, release the hands to the floor and send the weight forward, and we're just going to lift the hips high. Keep the knees nice and soft and heel toe the feet in so they're now hip width and parallel. Take a little inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, just take a nice forward fold. So maybe the hands are on blocks or the floor. You can even take a ragdoll here by catching opposite elbows. It's our first forward fold, so whatever feels good for you. Remember, knees are super soft, belly and thigh are touching, weight is forward. Just seeing how the backs of the legs feel. Excellent. When you're ready, bring the hands flat to the floor, so bend the knees as much as you need to, and we're going to walk back into a downward facing dog. So take maybe 2-3 steps to the back of your mat and find your first downward facing dog. So you might just want to walk out the legs a little here, bending right knee, gazing left, bending left knee, gazing right. So just getting comfortable in our first downward facing dog. Any movements that feel good for you, you take them. Good, all the time lifting the hips towards the sky. Don't worry about the knees being soft. Check in with the breath. Excellent. So when you're ready, take a deep, rich inhale, and then on your exhale, lower the knees and land in all fours. So we're back in tabletop, ready for left side. So when you're ready, tuck left toes under and just extend the left leg back. And again, swish the heel or draw some circles with the heel, whatever feels good. Giving a nice stretch to all our toes. Good, and then when you're ready, let's float the heel up, bend at the knee, and we'll come back to those circles. So on an inhale, the knee draws into the midline. On an exhale, it goes out to the left this time. Good. And you might notice a little bit of difference between the hips. The left one can be a little bit tighter. So really just listen to your body. Notice those sticky parts. Once you've done 5 in that direction, you're just switching it out. Don't rush, we're moving with the breath. Good. So on your final one, remember, we're going to lift the knee to the left side as high as we can and hold for 5, for 4. Can you lift it a little higher? Good. 3, 2, and then bring the knee to the shoulder and step the left foot outside the left hand. Good. Bump it up if you need to, if it doesn't quite get there. Maybe shuffle the right knee back a little. So we're melting the right hip a little closer to the earth, and you're setting up for lizard. So little inhale just to grow taller, almost crown of head reaches forward, and then exhale, maybe you're softening the elbows, maybe you're on bricks, whatever's available. You just find your version of the posture, remembering to press the top of the right foot into the floor, and if you angled the right toes out, make sure you angle the left toes out. 3 more breaths. Good, last breath. Can you melt the hip a little closer to the earth, or maybe tease the left knee out a little more if you took that option? Excellent. When you're ready, inhale, slowly come on back up. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, and nice big step now to the top of the mat, back into our yogi squat for a second time. So you might feel that you can come in a little deeper this time. You might feel that the elbows can just encourage a little more opening through the hip. And you can feel free to close the eyes here. Soften the face, relax the jaw. Good. Can you drop the tailbone a little more? Can you draw the navel in a little more? Excellent. When you're ready, exhale, release the hands to the floor, and just like before, lean forward and lift the hips high. Heel toe the feet in once again, and you can come back to a ragdoll, or this time you're hooking the big toes and you're finding your first kind of more active forward fold. So hook the big toes, take a little inhale, come up halfway, and then exhale, pull on the toes and take a little deeper forward fold now. Good. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and really poke the elbows outside. Good, 3 more breaths wherever you are. Excellent. On your next inhale, come up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fully plant the hands, and let's step back to downward facing dog. You might take one big step now. Good. And we'll find a little bit of stillness here now. By all means, if you do need to move, you can, but if possible, just take 5 good breaths in a nice stationary downward dog. Remember what you know, so spread the fingers. Press equally through both hands. Send the weight back towards the heels and really lift the hips nice and high. So we're trying to create this nice upside down V shape with the body. Check in with the breath. 2 more. Good, on your next inhale, look forward. Now you can walk, or maybe you're taking a big step. So maybe the right foot comes first and then the left foot joins it. Nice. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. And then press through the feet, soften the knees, and just reach the arms forward and up. And then exhale, hands can come through the midline as we find a little bit of stillness at the top of our mat, standing in Tadasana or Samasthiti, depending on which you prefer. So the feet can be hip width or the feet can be together. Either way, just a nice firm foundation through the feet, a nice lengthening to the tailbone. Draw the tummy muscles in, relax the shoulders back and down. Just have the arms heavy beside you. Maybe a touch of energy through the fingertips. Good. Come back to the breath. Excellent. So we're going to flow through a couple of rounds of sun salutations, slight variation, so just listen carefully. When you're ready, on an inhale, reach the arms forward and up and look up. Good. Exhale, fold forward, maybe hands come to heart center through the midline. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back and drop the knee and uncurl the toes. Good. On an inhale, float the arms up and come into a low lunge. Good. Exhale, float the hands down. Lift the back knee, tuck the toes and step back to your plank. Good. Lower the knees, uncurl the toes. Creep the shoulders forward, send the elbows back and lower the belly down with control. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders, the legs are strong, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Good. 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Really focusing on the breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. Good. Inhale, look forward. Listen carefully. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. Drop the back knee and curl the back toes. Take an inhale back up to that low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Step the back foot, all the way up to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, find stillness. Good. We'll do that again. This time the left foot will lead. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding down. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Left foot back, left knee down. Good. Inhale, reach the arms, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Really push the floor away to pick the right foot up and then lower the knees. Uncurl the toes, lean forward and lower the belly down. Inhale, squeeze and lift, baby cobra, no weight in the hands. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back and high. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Finding stillness. 1. 2, remember what you know here. 3. See if you can tilt the sit bones a little higher. Good. 4. On 5, look forward, step the left foot through. Bump it up if you need. Drop the right knee and curl the right toes. Take an inhale, low lunge. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, back foot meets the front foot, top of the mat, big step up. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach, gaze lifts. Exhale, back to stillness. Good, well done. Inhale, reach the arms up. Let's go again. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back. Right knee down. Inhale, we rise. Low lunge. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, your knees. Lean forward, lower with control. Inhale, squeeze and lift, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips back and high. So you can stay here, 5 breaths, downward dog, or this time you're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky. So floating the right leg up, and you're holding here for 5 breaths. So really flexing the right foot so that the hips stay square, driving the heel back, keeping the breath strong. Last couple, can you lift the right heel a little higher? Good. On your next inhale, let's step that right foot all the way through. So look forward and exhale, step the right foot through. Drop the back knee, uncurl the right toes. Good, curl the left toes, sorry. Inhale, reach the arms up, low lunge. So we're staying here in our low lunge. I really want you to focus on melting the left hip forward and down and having a nice strong right leg. So really press through the front heel. The hips are in line, the shoulders are soft, the arms are reaching up. The gaze is lifted if the balance feels good. You've got 2 more breaths. Good, as you exhale, listen carefully, bring the hands down inside the front foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Now we're spinning the back heel down straight away and we're lifting up into warrior 2. So press through the feet and come all the way up. Good. So your right fingertips are forward, your gaze is forward, and there's a deep bend in your right knee. So really focus on teasing the knee to the baby toe side of the right foot. So we're really opening up that hip. Relax the shoulders and then find your breath. Good, 2 more here. Good, listen carefully as you inhale, extend the right knee. Spin on the right heel and turn the left toes out a little. So the toes are now pointing to 10 and 2 o'clock. As you exhale, I want you to bend into the knees and sink into goddess, hands find prayer at heart center. So you want to sink low through the hips and you want to be teasing the knees nice and wide. Relax the shoulders, come back to the breath, nice and strong. Good. Can you lengthen through the back a little more by tucking and dropping the tailbone? Can you press through the heels a little more and sink a little deeper? You have 2 more here. Good, on your next inhale, stay strong, press through the feet, extend the legs, really enjoy that feeling. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips and turn the toes in now so they're parallel. You've got about 1 leg distance between the heels. Give yourself a nice big shoulder roll as you inhale, grow taller. And then as you exhale, let's fold forward and release the hands to the floor. Good, you might want to take a little extra inhale here, find a little bit more length and space, and then exhale, see if you can walk the hands back. Good, keep the weight forward, keep the sit bones lifting nice and high, so tilt them up. The weight is in the toes, the neck is nice and long. Good, couple more here. Excellent, on your next inhale, walk the hands forward. Come up halfway. Exhale, start to walk the hands round to frame your front foot. Good, so your right foot, yeah. Drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes, and take an inhale to lift up the right hand as you come into a twist. Good. Now you can keep the back knee down, or you can curl the back toes under and lift the back knee, yogi's choice. Maybe the gaze is lifted. Couple more here. Good. As you exhale, top hand's going to come down and we're going to drop the back knee. So from here, we're gonna step back to a plank, so lift the back knee, tuck the back toes and push the floor away to step back to your plank. And then exhale the knees, uncurl the toes, hinge forward and lower down with control. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Good, on your next inhale, look forward. You can walk, step, or maybe you're hopping the feet to the top of the mat now. Take a little inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, back to stillness. Good, well done. Left side now, so when you're ready, inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, finding some length. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, uncurl the toes, drop the knee. Inhale, reach the arms, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, find your plank, tuck the toes under, drop the knees, uncurl the toes. Lower the belly with control. Little baby cobra as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. So remember, you can stay here, or this time we're floating the left heel up and we're holding a three-legged dog. 5 good breaths. Nice. So remember what you know, those toes are pointing to the earth, the hips are level. Press equally through the hands, you have 2 more breaths. Good, on your next inhale, look forward. Step the left foot through, nice and lightly if you can. Drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes. Take an inhale, we're holding our low lunge. Good, so you might want to change the arm position this round, so you can cactus the arms out to the side, or you can maybe take the hands to the back just to encourage a little bit more opening through the front of the body. Either way, just remember what you know. Drive the left heel down nice and firmly. Make sure the back foot is nice and flat. Check in with the breath. Navel in, tailbone down. Good. On your next exhale, float the hands down inside the front foot. Take a moment to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. Spin the back heel down and reaching with the right arm first, come up into your warrior 2. So we're now on the left side, deep bend in the left leg. And remember what you know, we're teasing the knee to the baby toe. So we're really opening up that left hip. Relax the shoulders, but have energy through the fingertips. Good, couple more here, stay strong. Can you sink a little lower into that left leg? Excellent. On your inhale, extend the left leg. Spin on the heels once again and turn the toes to 10 and 2 o'clock as you bring the hands to heart center and sink back into a second set of goddess. Good, so if you want a little bit more from this set and you're challenging yourself today, you can see if you can lift your heels off the floor. The legs might wobble a little, but don't worry, stay calm and hold for 3. Excellent, for 2. Good, on 1, drop the heels, push the floor away and let's come all the way up. Exhale, hands to hips as you turn the toes in. Feet are now parallel. This time, take an inhale to roll the shoulders back and keep the hands on the hips. And exhale, come all the way down, but keep hands on hips and elbows lifting to sky. Good, so the weight is forward. The sit bones are still tilting up to the sky. Take the creases out the neck by allowing the head to be heavy. Check in with the breath, we've got 3 more here. Good, as you exhale, release the hands to the floor. Take a little inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, let's walk the hands round once again to frame the front foot. So the left foot at the front of your mat. And we'll come into a twist again. So you can drop the back knee or keep it lifted. This time you're lifting the left arm up. And the floor, if it's far away, you can always place a block under that right hand. But you just want to spin the chest, opening it to the left. Stacking the shoulders, lifting the gaze, keeping the breath nice and strong. Last breath, can you reach the top fingers a little more? Good, as you exhale, float the hand down. Step back and find your plank. Good, lower the knees, uncurl the toes, hinge forward, belly to the floor with control. Good, inhale, squeeze and lift, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Take a moment, inhale. Exhale, good, look forward. You can walk or step the feet to the top of your mat. Take a little inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, come back to stillness. Good, release the hands beside you. Close the eyes or just soften the gaze and take 3 rich deep breaths here. Good, on your next inhale, bring the left hand to the hip and just float the right knee up. Flex the right foot. So you want to try and get the knee in line with the hip. The shoulders are nice and soft. From here, we're opening up the hip straight away, so the knee is going to go over to the right. You can reach the left arm out to the side if you want, a little bit of extra challenge. You can even see if you can take the gaze there. But again, just take your options. The focus is balance and to keep the hips nice and level with that external rotation on the right side. Take one more breath. Excellent. On your inhale, come back to center with the knee. Everyone, see if you can give the knee a little squeeze and then bring the hands to the hips and point the toes and extend the leg. We're holding here for 5. Stay calm for 4. For 3, keep leaning forward, 2, on 1, bend the knee but don't drop the foot just yet. Take one more inhale and then exhale, we're gonna float it back into warrior 3. So take your time, there's no rush. Leaning forward really slowly, and it doesn't matter how high the leg gets. And maybe keep the hands on the hips just to see that they're in line. If you're feeling energetic, you can reach the arms forward or you can bring the hands to prayer. Just flexing the back foot. We're here for 3, for 2. Excellent, on 1. See if you can come back to stand with control. Again, lift the knee, maybe give it one last squeeze and then release back down and find stillness. You might need to give that left leg a little shake, maybe a little shoulder roll, and then we'll just do exactly the same on the other side. So, take a moment, find your grounding through the feet, and on an inhale, right hand to hip. Inhale, lifting the left leg this time. Remember what you know, really flexing the foot. And then as soon as you feel stable, start to open up the hip. So we really want to keep the foot flexed. This makes the leg super active. And we want to really kind of kick the heel in to open the left hip. Remember, if you took the arm out, make sure you do the same. If you challenged yourself with the gaze, you do that again. 2 more here. Good. When you're ready, inhale slowly back to center. Give the leg a little squeeze and then release, point the toes, extend the leg, hands, hips, hold. 5. Relax your shoulders. 4. Point the toes as much as you can. 3. Stay here. 2. Good, on 1, just soften the knee. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly, just start to hinge yourself forward, sending the weight forward and floating the left leg back. Excellent. Holding for 5. For 4. Remember your arm options. For 3. For 2. Excellent. On 1, slowly come back up. Last little squeeze of the knee. And then exhale, release. Well done, guys. Little shoulder roll. Nice. So let's move once again. We're coming all the way to the floor now. So inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, little length through the spine. Exhale, stepping back to our plank. Good, knees down, uncurl toes, hinge forward, lower the belly. Inhale, squeeze and lift into your baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and push the hips back and high into your downward facing dog. Good, just 1 breath in our downward dog as we bring the knees to the floor and the big toes to touch, finding our child's pose. So try and get the knees as wide as your mat. Try and send the sit bones right back to the heels. So it's quite an active child's pose here. Just take 5 good breaths here. Setting the breath and just easing down. Maybe checking in, noticing how your hips feel. When you're ready, look up to your hands and just start to walk your hands in towards you nice and slowly as you roll up through the spine to a kneeling position. And again, you might want a little shoulder roll as you sit tall. And you can either swish the legs around and come to your seat, or you can cross over the ankles and come to your seat. The legs are forward. Nice. So coming onto the right leg, we're going to bring a bend to the right knee, nice and close with the foot, and then drop the knee out to the side. So sole of right foot inside of left thigh. Take an inhale just to square your torso over the left leg, and exhale, fold over the left leg. If the foot's far away, you can just hold the calf. If you've got a strap, you can hook the strap around the ball of the foot just to help you ease down. All the time keeping this right leg nice and grounded and a good 90-degree angle between the 2 legs. Check in with the breath, 1 more here. Good, as you inhale, look up. Exhale, release. And let's bring the right knee in, extend the right leg out, and we'll just take that on the left. So left foot in, left knee out. Inhale, square the torso over the right leg. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Same posture, left side. With each inhale, you want to try and grow a little taller through the crown of the head. With each exhale, you want to almost nestle down into that space you've found and created. Good, 1 more breath. As you inhale, look up. Exhale, release. This time, keep the left leg where it is. We're going to slide the right leg in to meet it. So coming into Baddha Konasana, so the soles of the feet are together, the knees are wide. Take an inhale just to roll the shoulders back and down, sit a little taller, and then exhale, I just want you to fold forward. Now it might be that you don't go that far, it's absolutely fine. You want to keep the back nice and long. So don't be rolling or kind of scooping out the chest, you want to keep the shoulders back and down. If the knees are pretty high, you can even tease them a little lower with the upper arm, with the elbows. 2 more here. Good. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, let's bring the knees in and just start to extend the legs out to a wide angle. As wide as you possibly can. So you want the heels maybe at about a right angle or wider. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back. If you feel like your back rounds here, make sure you're sitting on a brick. And then exhale, just hinge forward. And you can walk the hands as far forward as possible, or you can just rest the hands on the legs. Either way, you want a nice long spine in this one. Good, and we're going to hold this one for a little bit longer. So at least another 5 breaths here. Good, 1 more breath. See if you can go that little bit deeper. Excellent. On your inhale, slowly come back up. And you might want to use the hands just to bring your legs in. Good, and then give them like a little bounce. From here, we're going to roll back on the floor to lie down. But if you feel like you want to take a vinyasa, you can. So you can cross the ankles and lift the hips and flow through a little vinyasa. Or you can just roll on down. So back where we started, head towards the back, feet towards the front. So we'll all meet lying down. And then we'll bring a bend to the knees, soles of the feet flat to the floor. Good. Check you can graze your heels. We're going to be lifting and lowering the spine now. So I want your hands nice and flat to the floor, shoulders grounded, spine grounded. And on your next inhale, we're just going to curl the spine up. Off you go. And then as you exhale, we're just going to roll it back down. Good. So I want you to take 9 more. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, coming back down. Good, 8 more. So really focus on the breath and try and feel each vertebra. Good, 7. There's no rush here. 6, notice how the feet are. You want them equally pressing. Good, last 5. Try and go a little higher on these ones. So we have 3 more, and on the last round we're going to hold. So 3, 2, and then for your final round we're going to hold at the top. So when you're there, really press through the feet and really start to drive the hips to the sky. If you want, you can tuck the shoulders under and clasp the hands. We've got 5 good breaths here in our bridge. Setu Bandhasana. Notice the big toes, press through those. Can you squeeze a little more and lift a little higher? If you've tucked the shoulders, really press the upper arms. Excellent. On your next exhale, let's float the arms overhead and then roll down through your spine nice and slowly. No rush. Good. Allow each vertebra just to come back into place on the earth, and then swish the knees from side to side. Excellent. And just enjoy that little release. Bring the knees in, give yourselves a little hug, and we'll come back to happy baby. So the knees are going to go wide, and we're going to grab the big toes, the ankles, whatever's available, and we're going to hold happy baby. Again, you can swish, you can sway, you can bend and extend, whatever feels good here. Just notice how the hips are feeling. Good, last couple breaths. See if you can pull on the legs a little more and send the thighs a little closer to the earth. When you're ready, release and just bring the knees in towards one another. Give them a little squeeze and we'll just come into our twist. So from here, I want you to drop the feet to the floor first of all and shuffle your hips across to the left. So press through the feet and just bump or shuffle the hips over to the left. Then pick up the knees and drop them over to the right. And again, you want the knees in line with the navel or thereabouts, and your arms can reach out. The gaze can drop over to the left if the neck feels good. Finding a little bit of stillness in our twist. Still with the breath. Excellent. On your next inhale, slowly just come back to center. You might want to shuffle the hips across and give the knees a little squeeze. And then we'll go straight to the other side. So feet down again, just so you can scoot the hips across, and then lift the feet and drop the knees over to the left. Reach the arms. Allow the shoulders and chest to be grounded, and the gaze is over to the right this time, if the neck feels good. Staying with the breath, 2 more. Excellent. When you're ready, inhale, slowly back to center with the knees. Give yourself one final squeeze. Draw everything in. Maybe the forehead reaches towards the knees as you just give everything a squeeze. And then as you exhale, you're just releasing everything down, extending the arms, the legs, into your final resting posture, your Shavasana. So take a moment to maybe roll the shoulders towards one another. Settle down through the chest, maybe sway on the pelvis a little bit and rock out the hips. Arms, feet, hands, all wider than usual. As you just find absolute stillness for one whole minute here. Let go of your practice, let go of your breath. Just allow the weight of you to be totally supported by the earth. When you're ready, just start to bring some movement back to fingers and toes. Any other movement through the body that feels good for you. You may want to reach the arms above you. Catch opposite elbows and just stretch out the sides of the body. Before bringing the knees in, to give yourselves a little squeeze. A little rock and roll around before you rock all the way over to your right side. Finding some moments here just to notice how you feel, check in. And then when you're ready, you can push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Nice big shoulder roll as you sit tall. Then we'll finish by bringing hands to heart center, taking a deep, rich inhale, and then on your exhale, just a little bow down to one another, thanking yourself, thanking them for sharing the practice. Namaste. Well done, everyone.